I always get disoriented on Dead Sea. Right. What is up, everyone? It is Lovenji, and welcome to... This is match 4 of the Invisible Cup. Now, game number 1 between our red player, Populous the Beginnings, Swarm. And the mountain gets in the way. Then, over on the other side, we're going to have to get these introductions done quickly because this is Dead Sea, playing as the Yellow Tribe for this tournament. It is Populous the Beginnings, Tornado. Right, so this is Dead Sea. It's an annoying map because the elevation is so high you can actually see very much in the camera, which makes it an absolute nightmare to cast, and I get lost all the time. So you won't see me use the tool too much because I will be using the mini-map to know where everything is. So the initial phases of Dead Sea are more or less the same. You will see players run around and throw out converts. They will build an early warrior hut, they will get early warriors, and they will immediately start trooping each other as soon as the game begins. That is the meta for Dead Sea. The whole map is available to them. This game could go on forever, but it's very unlikely that it would. Unfortunate warrior hut placement for red. He's placed it too close to the cliff, which means the Braves, they like to wrap around the hut like this. They can't do that at the moment, so they are getting hands up already. Very unfortunate start for our red player. Yellow is building relatively contained. In fact, both our players are building relatively contained. No, never mind. We've got tower over here, tower over here. Juicy converts getting picked up by yellow here. What is the population? It's 35 to 31, so relatively close in the converts. You know, that's no more a discrepancy than you would see on a game of Pressure Point. However, that could matter because that's extra warriors. That's extra Braves to be killed by warriors. You can hear the shouting of warriors already. I don't think yellow knows how to play Dead Sea. There's no warrior hut from yellow. In fact, they're building a fire warrior hut right now. They're probably just going to get run over by red. So first warrior charges into yellow's base. Yellow's going to be going, oh god, what do I do? First warrior in. Yellow shaman chooses to ignore. Yellow's on the 50 convert. Yellow does get a nice convert. However, yellow is at a disadvantage because yellow has no warriors. And look at these warriors. They're starting to just trickle in. Every blast is mana that the shaman can't afford. A secondary warrior hut being built already. Only two huts, I think. Yeah, only 2 huts from our red player so far, but he has got more of the map in his control. Now, these warriors are trickling in. They haven't killed terribly many Braves, and the fire warriors are starting to be trained. And now a warrior hut is coming up from yellow, and that's where it's going to start getting difficult for red. At the moment, red has an advantage in that they are the only player with warriors on the field. But yellow's looking to change that, and well played blast from yellow push red down off the cliff, where he takes a dive and dies. Now, this is a good answer on Dead Sea, because fire warriors in huts are very strong. They're hard to clear out by individual warriors, and they can cause a lot of damage and really soften up warriors and reduce the amount that they can kill. Secondary troop huts coming out from yellow to keep the reinforced rate going. But populations are 30 to 41, so that's looking good for red. Red has dented yellow's significant pop lead. Yellow's rocking 6 huts, red's on 4. Yellow does have a tornado, so yellow has charged an actual spell, which can be a little bit uncommon, but on Dead Sea you will probably see tornadoes. It's a great way to guarantee the death of a troop hut. If your opponent's all over the map and they're producing warriors from 3 different angles, you might be able to cut it down to 2 different angles, of which are easier to manage. Now, I'm just going to go back to the mini-map, and we're going to go to World View. We're going to have a little look. So we've got the Stonehead here beginning to be preyed at, but by nowhere near enough Braves. Towers scattered everywhere, as well as huts for red. Red is doing a great job of building out, whereas yellow is keeping a very contained base. Yellow's base is easy to defend because it's packed in. The problem is also easy to attack. Now, you've got to remember that on the 1.5 edition of multiplayer, you can exceed 200 population, for one, and being able to build all over the map could actually give red a significant advantage over yellow in the long run. Now, the population lead is still in yellow's favour. Red is hurting for mana, but as you can see, red has already overtaken in the amount of huts that he has active on the field. Yellow's got more warriors, and yellow's got fire warriors out on the field. A couple of converts still being trickled in as yellow warriors start to attack into red's position, but red has got warriors readily available. The main reason I don't like Dead Sea is just Populous doesn't adjust the camera for the height of the land, so you look like this and you're like, you can see so much, and then you go here and you're like, you can see 3 huts. It's just too close to the camera to be comfortable. I almost want to go into bird view just to look at more of the map. But I know you guys don't like that, so I won't torment you with it. Loot Hill mode, as everyone likes to call it. Yep, that is correct. Bird view, popularized by Loot Hill, although many players use it. Commonly referred to colloquially as Loot Hill mode. So, 2 tornadoes out of yellow to try to secure the kill on Red Shaman. And Red Shaman is still alive after 2 tornadoes. That's a terrible use of mana. Now the problem is what is yellow going to do? Yellow charged 2 tornadoes. That would have been 1 warrior hut down, 2 warrior huts down. Instead, it was an attempt at a shaman kill that yellow didn't really need. And now yellow's in a position where they can't really do anything. Yellow is winning the shaman duel against red, who is being a bit slow, probably playing with a bit of ping. I don't know, that just felt a bit slow. But look at red. Red is spread out. Red is harder to attack. Yellow's a very focused position that actually, if red veers out and just goes, do you know what, I'm gonna sneak. I know he's only got 29 pop, but if he goes, I'm gonna sneak out an EQ, he's almost got more huts than he has Braves. If I sneak out an EQ, imagine how devastating an EQ is going to be on this position. I like the staggered towers, you know, it makes it very anti-warrior, but all red has to do now is recognize that yellow has a strong anti-warrior defense and transition out. You know, you've got more huts, you've got more structures, you've got more of the map in your control. Just defend a little bit, outgrow yellow, and hit him with a rough EQ. So, looking at the mini-map now, we can see that warriors are just starting to trickle around everywhere. Red does not have the same anti-warrior defense as yellow does, so it's very important for red to be very aware of where the troops are coming from and making sure that he has his own warriors in position to defend. If the game's going to slow down, I would like to see a fire warrior training hut out of red. You know, slowing down the game is absolutely fine, and you know, it's not blasphemous, but fire warriors become useful as the game elongates. Tornado coming out from yellow shaman onto one of the red warrior training huts, but red has so many warrior training huts, I don't know why you're even trying to do that. Yellow's population is 43 to red's 33. 7 warriors for red, 8 for yellow. Yellow also wielding 7 fire warriors, but yellow only having 16 huts to red's 23. So red has more structures, and he's spread out over a wider position. But yellow has a nice fortified little base. This is not something you commonly see. But looks like I've just missed shamans going down there. Both shamans, in fact, trading kills there. You can see, represented by the shaman lying down graphic, TY Divinity. Now, red has done exactly what we suggested. Red has actually recognized that yellow's base is super susceptible. Red has an earthquake. So this is what we were talking about. Yellow is continuing to charge tornadoes, as if this is a standard Dead Sea game. Red has already recognized how yellow is building, and despite his low population, he's squeezed out an earthquake. Now, if he can deal with these warriors... If he can deal with these warriors... If he can deal with these warriors... What is going on here? There we go. He can deal with these warriors. So red is struggling because red is actually spread a bit too thin and hasn't got the warriors spread out well enough across his base to deal with it. But he does have the earthquake, and if he places it somewhere like here, he can get 2 of the 3 warrior training guns. Now remember, a blast onto a warrior significantly softens them, so they don't need to be killed. You don't need to turn around after hitting them with a direct blast. Warriors have cleared up this warrior, which was the important one. You could lose this hut, but this training hut, you need as many training huts in action as possible. Nice deep earthquake coming in from red. Getting one of the 2 fire warrior training huts. That's nice. That's a good start. By no means is that going to win red the game, but it's at least a bit of counter damage. And you can see there's only an 8 pop lead, 9 pop lead for yellow right now. 11 pop lead for yellow right now. 30 huts for red, 18 for yellow. Another tornado coming out from red. As we said, red needed to get a fire warrior hut established. But it's not going to be that one as it gets taken out by a tornado. Yellow's just running through red's base, picking apart individual structures and taking them down. It's a very smart play by yellow. You have to remember red is booming. Red's still got a 10 hut advantage, and that's even factoring in all the huts that he has lost. What he needs to make sure is he continues producing troop huts and continues producing troops. If he fails on that step, and these warriors going to the warrior training hut is a big part of failing on that step. If he fails on the step of keeping up production, he is going to be in trouble. Now, yellow is continuing to build, and what yellow is also doing, which I like, is continuing to stagger out these towers. Individual towers staggered out are giving yellow a nice advantage and defensive position. Those fire warriors are going to make it very hard for red to troop. This is then going to become a match about booming. And red has done good so far. But what I have noticed, he's only got a couple of plans on the ground at the moment. Only having a couple of plans at the moment. Who is Swarm and who is Tornado? Swarm is red, Tornado is yellow. I thought for a second I was being asked who the players were, and I was like, it's the point of the tournament that you don't know. But anyway, that's what I'd like to see. Red has placed down significantly more plans. He's got a nice wide base. It's very difficult to EQ. Once he gets his Fire Warrior training hut up, he can pump out Fire Warriors and start to fill huts with Fire Warriors, giving him a strong advantage. There's a lot of argument going on in my stream chat over who's in a winning position. And I think it has to be said that from the population alone, it's definitely yellow. Because red is rocking 30 pop, yellow 58. Red and yellow both traded kills because we were busy looking at the bases, but shaman kills aren't terribly important on Dead Sea. And the hut gap has significantly closed. So I think it's safe to say that yellow is in a commanding position. Normally I wouldn't like the player in this position, but they've managed to keep the warrior production up enough. These warriors are just continuing to slip in and be annoying. Not so much that they're ending the game, but they are definitely keeping our red player pinned within their base. 15 minutes in, 39 pop to 63, so yellow has lost a little bit of pop and red's found his way to climb up a bit. Red's still got a hut lead, but it's not anywhere near as much as it used to be. There's just warriors everywhere. Red's taking a moment to contemplate his life decisions. A second fire warrior hut finish for red as so we are now in an interesting position. And that interesting position is red is actually, despite his base being incredibly big, he is a prisoner in his base. Lightning from yellow fails to find the target. Red throws out a blast and then another blast. He's a bit slow with his shaman. Has to be noted. Nice little shaman duel, but it doesn't do anything. We've got fire warriors being used offensively as well. The tornado actually does get the kill. Fire warriors are now in huts. Yellow shaman only has one tornado, so she's not going to be able to do too much. But what she is doing, she's softening up warriors, meaning that they will get killed. They will not be able to get as many kills. As you can see, 4 warriors there being dealt with by the shaman. And that's really her biggest contribution to this match, because now yellow's warriors can start to pour in. And if we take a look at the mini-map, you can see there's yellow over here, there's yellow over here, there's yellow over here. And I really do think that this is yellow's game to lose at this point. There's so many warriors all over red's base. Red did spread himself out thin, but maybe perhaps even too thin. Population 68 to 35. There's a little bit of discussion in my chat that does have to be called out, and that is perhaps with all the huts that red had. You know, red had almost as many huts as braves. Why was red not dismantling? And that probably could have been the answer while you were staying in your base, is to just mass dismantle. Yellow's warriors are dying. Slowly but surely. Yellow throws out another tornado, failing to secure the shaman kill. Blasts are traded one more time, and red actually goes down yet again. Red's not having the best of luck in these shaman duels. Yellow warriors start to spread around everywhere. Will we see a GG from red soon, as even braves start to be used offensively? I think this is a wrong call. Red still has access to warriors, so using braves offensively is just throwing away a bunch of your population. These braves are better off being trained into warriors for the extra few seconds so that they're actually dangerous and deadly. That said, red is on a impressive 14 pop. In fact, he calls GG, well played, he surrenders. Game number 1, it is done, in fact. What is up, everyone? It is Lovenji, and here we are. Game number 2 of match number 4 of Populous's Invisible Cup, the cup where the players' identities are kept concealed for the entire duration of the tournament. They won't be revealed until after the finals. This tournament has a prize pool of $1,000. It's the largest tournament we have ever hosted in Populous, and it's been so much fun, and we're only 4 matches in. So, players are competing for the high ground. I will do introductions quickly once this shaman duel is over. A little bit of fisticuffs going on here. I like to see it. Shaman on stars is absolutely going to lose that. Remember, unit strength is tied to their health. Oh no, you missed the blast! What was that? An opportunity to kill a shaman there. Turn around, charge convert, clear all of this up. Right, after that nonsense, he's down 1 game. It's Populous the Beginnings Swarm. His opponent after that crazy start, playing as the Yellow Tribe for this part of the tournament, is Pop TB Tornado. So that was mad, but it looks like red has already started to secure the high ground. Now, if we go and take a look at populations, you can see the populations are fairly even, but what red does have going for him is yellow doesn't have access to any converts. If red is smart, he sees all of this convert and he takes it. He's even putting his shaman in the tower. That's smart. Take these wilds, red. You're stressing me out, man. Red's charging blast instead of convert. Oh, no. There we go. Da 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 da. Right, red has spotted the wild man. He has converted. And in converting, he has taken the lead for a moment. Now, yellow has built a large amount of huts compared to red. But red has got the high ground secure. I think red's not an experienced face-off player. That's a weird fire warrior hut position. Is it? I'm not mad, am I, guys? This is a weird place for the fire warrior hut, right? Isn't it like back here? Okay. I don't know. I don't play face-off. I avoid the map like the plague. Red finally starts to convert and the wild man dies on him. That's really it, isn't it? Lightning for yellow and red takes the bait. But the fire warriors are present. They do get a couple of shots off. First spell, lightning. You can't blame yellow for that. That's a typical response. If you lose control of the high ground, you're going to be charging a light because it's important to get that shaman kill. If you get that shaman kill, you can take the high ground for yourself. And that's really where face-off games are won. Single solitary fire warrior in a hut. Significant population advantage for yellow over red right now. Fire warrior shooting on red's shaman, but not actually being able to do any substantial damage. Now, red does have to worry because now he's lost control of the hill to yellow. He doesn't have to worry that yellow can do anything right away with it. Yellow's not going to have any mana because yellow got that lightning early. But he does have the high ground. And just having the high ground makes it very difficult because yellow's blast is going to significantly outrange. Like that. That's exactly why. This is why a lot of people don't like face-off. So, what the response from red has two options now. Now, I'm not saying these options will win him the game, I'm just saying these are the choices that he can make. That's not one of them. The choices that red can make are either charge a lightning, as yellow did when red lost the high ground, and push for the middle ground. Alternatively, yellow can immediately build a warrior training hut, train warriors, charge 2 land bridges, and go in at the side. Those are red's options right now. The fact that he chose the option of walk directly at the yellow shaman, not the option I would have had. I would have picked. Now we can see yellow's braves are moving up towards the high ground. They are trying to build the towers. Exactly what red did, but in reverse. Karmic justice, divine retribution, whatever you want to call it. Do that to me, I'll do that to you. Now, where is red's shaman? She is hiding in this hut. But look at the pop difference. 28 pop to red, 43 to yellow, and that is kind of red's problem right now. Red's not going to really have the mana to side yellow. Even though that is a good response. Yellow's still building their base. So, first tower goes up for Tornado. Even more towers going up as well. These fire warriors could be put inside the towers. Red needs to just give up on the high ground at this point. Oh no, he might. That lightning was not well aimed in the slightest. Red goes down once again. Quick kill. And this could be a very quick round of the tournament, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I suppose the lightning was something of a prediction or an aim, but it backfired as it did not connect. One warrior out for red, no spells in red's chamber. Yellow rocking 1 EQ and 1 tornado, however. Very unfortunate. Tornadoes are great. So, at the moment, sorry for my silence, I was a bit stunned at what's happened. Population is 34 to 53 with 21 huts for yellow, 17 for red. Yellow still has the EQ. Yellow has not actually cast their EQ yet. Red has absolutely no spells whatsoever. Another tornado coming out from yellow. Remember, Shaman with minimap on, Shamans are visible. And red goes down again. I think red had got... No, red hasn't gotten any Shaman kills, I don't think. I don't think red has killed a Shaman so far. So we've got fire warriors shooting down at the shamans. They have been shift clicked at the very least. That is one little bit of skill coming out from red. That EQ was garbage from yellow, so you know that's going red's way as well. But red isn't going to stand a chance of winning if red continues to perform like this in the shaman duels department of Populous at the beginning. Yellow is at 64 pop, red is at 33. Now we have seen miracles happen. We have seen players come back from 40 pop deficits. But it takes a great amount of skill, a great amount of perseverance, and just a little bit of luck to make it happen. That's not how you start it. You've got to play patiently. Red's trying a bit too hard to force something to happen now because red knows that red's backed up. Red knows that red's tournament life is on the line. So, what does red do at this point with 40 population to yellow 73? Red curls up in a ball and cries. That's what I would do if I was red. I'd type GG, oh my god, and leave. I'm being accused of lying about the seeding. There was no seeding. This was randomly seeded. It's not a lie. Will not have my integrity called into question again, you cheeky fucks. So those of you who are interested, the accounts and tournaments were fantastic. So red finally manages to get the kill onto yellow without dying. That is in fact red's first kill on yellow. But that was also red's only spell. Red has another tornado in the chamber now, but you need more than one tornado to tackle this. As warriors need to be brought forward, but yellow has plenty of warriors of his own to secure the high ground or even counter attack. And that interrupted me explaining how the seeding was done. So, I gave all of the names, so I made the accounts myself. I gave them all a number 1 through 25 for the 25 participants. I then wrote a Python script that basically assigned the player's real name to a number. And then that number became their tournament account. I then put all the tournament accounts on challenge and used their random seeding option. Challenge did it for me. That's how the seeding was done. So there was no thought process in any of the seeding at all. It was as automated and computer driven as possible. So at this point it's probably just GG. Yellow's warriors are going to start to separate themselves out around Red's base. Red does have troops in defense, but Yellow has almost twice the population of Red. Yellow, yeah, it does. No. Oh, two pop out from having double Red's population, but there's warriors everywhere. Now Red has got a few troops to help defend himself. Yellow's missing lights like a loony. Actually has no spells to do anything else with, so if Red can deal with this attack with minimal population losses, which he's done so far, he hasn't lost that much pop to this attack, to be fair. That's all changing now though. There's still warriors alive, they're still all over Red's base. The Shaman needs to get back and deal with them. It's down to 39 population, nobody likes that population. Tornado picking up Yellow. 1 blast, 2 blast, 3 blast, water. I like this warrior. This warrior is worshipping his airborne shaman like, you are the greatest, you are the best, you cannot swim, but you are great. But these warriors, they've just gotten into the back of Red's base and they're doing so much damage. The chat's saying Red's coming back. I think that's a bit optimistic for the state of the game. But Red is certainly clinging in there. That is the encyclopedia, which you shouldn't be allowed to open. Though Yellow's recognised that Red might go for a side and has fortified that position as well. Really, Red is a prisoner in their own base. What if I forget what my spells do? I don't think there's much risk of that. Lightning comes out from Yellow, fails to find the kill, but the follow-up blast followed with the Fire Warrior shots almost takes Red down. Red was seeing stars for a second there. Now Yellow's spells are 1 lightning and 1 tornado. The lightning finds the kill on the Shaman and the tornado immediately takes out the small hut. Red did have 2 tornadoes in the chamber, but they will probably go unused as even more Yellow warriors start to pour into the base. And Swarm says, GG, well played. Swarm surrenders. That's the end of Swarm's tournament life. GG, well played. Swarm is eliminated